I am going to go live, and what I'm going to do for the first couple of minutes is I just want to do a drawing. I'm going to do a drawing. Do this drawing over here, just because I want it out there. I'm going to write down 5 minutes more. 9:40. So I wrote that 9:40. Okay, so I'm just going to do a drawing that we already had. I just want to recopy a drawing. I'm not going to start yet. Just want to go through this drawing. Okay, I need to keep 2 angles of space. Let me see that space. I need to keep 2 areas of space, and I think it was it here? Did I start down here? No, 1 up. It's got to be 1 up. It's got to be here. It's got to be here and here. By doing that, okay, and then by constructing, I don't think I got this right. That's not, is that what it was? No, it was the opposite way. Okay, let me get back to this. Oh boy, I hate errors, my errors. Can't remember what was on the other page, right? So it went to here, and then they had, I think it was here, here, here. Then we created the, now the question is, which way do I, do I create that 7? What did I do here? What did I do? I'm trying to recreate it from, okay, I went on the bottom of the 1. I went outward underneath the 7. I went outward underneath the 7. I didn't have to draw that line there. Did I connect that 7? No, I did not connect the 7 there either. I connected that, and where did I pass it? See, it was a half space pass. A full space pass would have been over here. Now you'd have a full square passing over here. So now I'm going to go up and connect that. Connect that. Did I get that right? That. So now I want to do 1771. So I need to turn this backwards, and I'm going to have to try and guess. There was supposed to be 2 separate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, stopping at the same level. And then there's got to be 2 separation, right? So this would be the first separation. The next separation, it would touch it right over here. And we'd envelop the 1. We'd go across, whoop, terrible. Okay, and I'll just make it thicker. Just go back over here, down here, and run side the back side of the 7. And voila, 1771. 1771. Are they bridges? What do you see? I mean, I'm starting to see, I don't know what I should be seeing. Should I go out that way? Should I lean it? Or should I point it towards the center? I never know. You have to do it always in all directions. And then we come down here. And now we do that. And I don't know what it's looking like, because don't forget, there's other ways in understanding what the 7 and 1 are all about. 7 and 1, when 7 and 1 come together. I'll just do this a little longer. It creates the 4. You do know that this angle measurement versus this angle measurement, what is that angle compared to that angle? This is a 45, but so is this a 45. Doesn't it look so crazy that I have a 45? But it is a 7 on this angle, but it's the 1. It's how they draw the one. And if you go somewhere in Europe, not in Europe, sorry, and in the not the Middle East, is it the M with the M? What is the place above Africa? Morocco, I think it is. Anyways, then the question is, do I cut out that one? And then what do I do with this one? Are we walking across the bridge? I did it on every two. So can I cut it out on two? And I'll skip an area. I'll skip the square, and then I'll cut it out on two. And then I'll keep cutting. I'll skip the square, cut it out on two, two. And now we can walk across the bridge. And now we're starting to go across the bridge. And it's only because of 1771. So this is what 1771 is telling me. Now I can make the bridge go two ways. I'm just fooling around right now. And you know, when you see something like this, you're crossing over the top of something. So now I'm trying to figure out which way this is going, what's actually happening here. I got to have a better look. Did something just open up? Is there something inside? I don't know. And I'm just trying to think. You know, when it says 8, for those who can't see close enough, but when it shows 8, there's two circles inside each one of these, and they're all going to show 8s. It's telling me what's happening with my square paper. 8, 8, 888, 6, 6, 666. Our letters are different sizes. They sit in different positions. I was watching this wonderful, I shared video, just beautiful video. So this is 1771. So now I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to do it upside down on top of itself. Now, the easiest way to do this upside down on top of itself is to take a picture of it and not to ruin it. So what would I do? I would separate it by one more, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I separate this. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. And then I would go 1, 2, and I think the other 7 would come here. 4. And that is the beginning of the design. Our numbers, our geometric shapes, the colors, calculators, games, dice, the telephone, the number pad, the ATM. If you ever go to an ATM, you'll see the Q and the Z, okay? 26th and 17th letter, or 43. Hot, cold, red. It's talking about DC. 9 is the death. 88. Anyways, let's go down and complete. Go slow. Go slow. It's the magic. Magic is going slow. So now we went out this way, right? Now I'm going to, I can do that. I can do that. And I'm not sure if I should do it down to here, over here, and if I should keep doing it the same way. Should I keep doing it the same way? Now what happened over here? Over here. You only can get in. This is your only entry. You don't have both sides of the entry because the other side, the opposite way, is the other side. You come out of this hole and into that hole. It's halfway. So whether you're doing triangles or rectangles or squares or however you want to look at it, you're only getting to go out like this. That is your exit, out. The same thing as a pregnant woman. That is your exit, in or out. That is your exit. And you know, if I put a little thing on top, you would say I'm serving turkey for supper. Turkey service. Anyways, so now I can complete this design in many fashions. I already tilted it one way. Let me see this under the camera. Oh God, wires in the way. How does this look? Oy, 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 these wires, it's so aggravating. Okay. So should this have been, hold on a second. This is not open enough. Should it be open a little bit more? Should it be higher? Should it be higher? Should I go one more that way? Or what if I went the opposite way? What's it going to say if I went the opposite way? Or can I go straight up with it now? What would you do? Or can I just make boxes, like little boxes like that? Whoop. Right? Because nothing's always the same. You know, you have a zipper on your coat. Oh, you see this? Look at that. Look at that. Now you can do that. Huh? And now you can put a little dot in the center of all of them. I mean, my feet do not look like my head. We are not the same all the way up from the top to the bottom. We are different. So therefore, the image has to be different. And by the way, it's all number 41s, 41s. And if you look at it, okay, it's the K letter. It's like KO, it's ICOCY. These are all the D letters inside if you're showing you the cube, more of a relationship on how our cube can be divided up. What size is it? Where's the center? We have the center over here. 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. In order for it to be equal, I must put 4 or 2. If I put anything but 4 and 2, I am now changing sides. Do you follow what I'm saying? If I would put 2 lines here, I would now have 1, 1, and 3 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4. I once had 4, but now I've had divided space. I don't really know what I'm doing with this. Right now, I'm just building a scenario. You know, they say build the Jesus fish. Well, this is showing you direction. The same way as it's either this way or it's this way. This piece, where does it go? This is your creation and separation between H and I. And it says, okay. Okay, so we're out of the design. Now we're going to go into something else. I'm not sure if that one person is just me here. What else am I going to go into? I didn't speak about freedom. I didn't speak about freedom yet. Okay, but I'm not going to do freedom yet. I do, I mean, we're only one here, and I rather do this something when we're like 5 or 6 people, but it won't matter. And I've done this in many videos. There's a situation where we can recreate pi. But before I show you recreating pi, let's look at the basics of what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 plus 2. Whoop, my camera. Okay, 1 plus 2 equals 3. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 7 plus 8 equals 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. So what happens in this scenario, okay, is when you go 7 and 8, okay, that will equal to 5 and 1, 15. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. So these four numbers become this number over here. This is the rationale of all these numbers. The only way to create these numbers is 1 times 7 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. We'll create these numbers. How do we create 7? 7 is created with 1 and 3. This situation is 1 plus 2 equals 3. Backwards, 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 plus 2 equals 7. This is what built this situation. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 plus 2 equals 7. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 5 and 4 equals 9. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. I don't know why I put the 5 there. Might have been the same equation that I left it out here. So this is how the equations go. When you're moving from left to right, and just take this literally and not the actuality, because if it was like this, you'd be climbing up a mountain. So we're just going to use this on a flat presumption. When you're moving right to left or left to right, you add 1 or minus 1. When you are going up or down, you add 3 or you minus 3. It's 33 and it's 11. 13 is telling me I'm going both ways, and does that mean this? If I'm going both ways, up and down and left and right, wouldn't that tell me about angle? Although 1 and 3 is telling me go down, 6 is telling me go down again, 9 is telling me to go to the next level. 9 is telling me to go to the next level. 9 and 1 is 10. 9 and 2 is 11. 9 and 3 is 12. And I'm at the next level, 1, 2, 3. So what is it telling you? 3 is telling you go to the next level. 6 is telling you go to level 7. 9 is telling you to go here. We don't need 12 because 12 is telling me about here. That is the female creation. It's not, and I want to know, do you think it's me deciding that this is what I want to do? I'm taking the relationship of the female bat mitzvah, the religion, one of the religions that follows the moon calendar. So I want to take something that as far back as I can go in history and time in order to re-equivalate everything. But this word is mass and gold. Your attention and time 24 hours a day, irrelevant to how much you're getting for it, because you can't beat love of what you are doing. I was calculating 13 by 13 is 169 plus 26 equals to 195 minus 26 equals to 143. I'm not really sure where I want to go with it, but I just want to leave it there. We have the you have the pied droit and the right foot, and you have the pied gauche and the left foot. Now, when I look at this, you have to understand the way I think, right? And the ED, when it comes together, it's telling me about the pass and the sun. The pass, the fox, the sun. See, what happens is when 1 through 9, okay, equal to 10, and when you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 equals to 45. When you add these two from first and last together, plus 10 equals to 55. And that's what happens when you do this math equation this way. Now you have, this is why you have the pass. Pass is number 55. Fox is number 45. Sun is number 54. And now the math equations are going to tell you different stories. One will be 9 times 5. The other will be 11 times 5. This, by the way, is Earth. This is actually the key to Earth. Why? Because the 11th letter is K. The 5th letter is E. 2 and 5 equals the 25th letter. It says Key. Key West. You'd say, I want a cube, or how about Cuba? Cuba and the Keys. So when I say left foot or right foot, I am thinking about pi, because those are my 2 feet that are supporting the body. Imagine if my feet had no body. Oh my God, my feet have no body. So this is telling me about pi, left part of pi and the right part of pi. There's 2 sides of pi. You know what's funny? You get to the hockey game, you go into the sports arena, and all of a sudden, you're battling against more than one opponent. When you battle, you battle the opponent by the rules impicted on you, listening to the crowd inject their agony while you're fighting for or against. Do you follow what I'm talking about? When I say pi, it means it's divided up between the Fox Pass and the Sun. 9 times 6, 9 times 5. This is the student. This can be 56 or 59 or 95 or 65. It doesn't matter. This is going to be 54 or 45. This is also an addition will become 15, and the addition here will be 14, 9 plus 6, 9 plus 5. And this is the letter O and O and N is pi. Why? Because pi starts with 3. I told you it's a division of 1, 4, 1, 5. The total is 29. We're going to use 9, 2. Now we're going to be going backwards because I turned everything around. So it goes to here, and now it goes backwards. 1 and 5 is 6. 1 and 4 is 5. So we went 5 backwards, 6 backwards, 29 backwards. Everything seems to have divided here. We have 29 over here. Okay, the total of 29 is 11. We have 2 and 9 is 11, and we have 6 and 5 is 11, equals to 13, 30, equals to 13, 31, add them or multiply them, and 33 is 1364. I don't really want to do too much with this number right now. I could minus this and put it at 1298, and 1298. I'm doing this on purpose because in the deck of cards, the only cards that you do not see duplicated are these 3 cards here. Everything goes into these 3 cards here, right here. I mean, yeah, everything goes into these 3 cards, or there's a card that is different than all other cards, and that's the 2. And if you look, I'm not really sure which, there's an equation out there. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm not really sure if it's Rota Sator, but if you look at this closely, it's 8 and 2, the cycle, to 9 and 1, the spirit. The cycle to the spirit. And this is created by Q52, which is Earth's heart. And it's a plugin, and it's also a great relationship to Jack. Jack is back. Jack Black. Jack is back. Black Jack, right over here, which tells me about the cube, because that is 21. And I'm seriously talking about this because the value of Jack is 25. Now I have to follow the rules of the number scheme over here. And the number scheme shows me this. So if I follow that number scheme, just give me a moment. I'm not sure really where I was going with this. 1 in the center. And then once the center gets 3, I go 1 and 3 again. First I go 1 and 2, creating 3, then I go 1 and 3 again. Just thinking about something. I lost my concentration. 298. When you multiply this, it equals to 144. When you add it, it equals to 19. Okay, now this is going to be the spirit of day. 1,440 minutes in a day. And this is the relationship to the movement of the moon. 3 parts, 3 or 4 parts, 4 parts. There are 4 parts. Actually, there's many parts. They just keep getting divided. I'm going to flip this book upside down and try and explain what's going on with number 13. Number 13 keeps turning around until it gets to this. This number will repeat itself. After it repeats itself, I can't do anything other than double it up. I double it up this way and this way. This way it equals to 38. And if you remember the last video, how many numbers come back to number 23? So now you just saw number 38 come all the way back to 23. You saw number 27 come back to 23. You see number 35 come back to 23. You see number 12, the female, come back to number 23. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. This is the half-life. 2 times 1, it's the half-life. This is more than half. The difference here is 1 point something equals to 5. We have to divide these to see what positions they're all in. Yeah, each one of these are just games. If you go backwards, 7 minus 5 is 2. 7 plus 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 5 is 1. 7 plus 8 is 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. Is 15. 1 plus 5 equals to 6. I don't have the 8 minus 5. I have the 6 minus 5 equals to 1. I didn't go this way because I'm just showing you how all the numbers tie into each other. So pi, so now what has to happen with pi is you have to find the number that can divide everything up. And that number is 3. But I want to just mark this down. The number is 3. Whoop. But it's not, it's more than just 3, but we're going to use number 3. Okay. And what it is 3.14159265. In fact, I really can't find, what I was looking for is 22 divided by 7 equals 3.142857. For me, this is the closest I've ever been able to calculate. I need to know the more constrict number that gives me this number in pi. Okay, I'm going to have to look on the internet. This number here, you have to look up the Mayan, something to do with the Mayan counting. They have a Sanskrit, okay? And every number on their, this round object, and on one side, it's got, I think, 6 ways of counting. On the other side, I think it has 13. And anyways, everything is divided by 7. So we're going to figure out what pi is. The cycles, we're going to run pi in, and we have to do it many ways, okay? First, knowing that these are black and red numbers. First, knowing that this is a red, and this is a black, and this is a black, and this is a red. So it's a red, black. It's a red, red, it's a red, black, and it's a red, black. Anyways, we're going to go on. It's going to be 3, 3, 3, 6. And then we're going to go to point here. This is going to be 9, 6, 9, 6. This is what's going to happen to this. This is the story it's beginning to tell me. I can take it to another level, okay, and try and find out how close to the gateway it is over here and do the same thing with this. So 3 by 1 is 3. 3 by 4 is 3. 3 by 2 is 6. 3 by 8 is 6. 3 by 5 is 6. 3 by 7 is 3. 3 and 1 is 3. Look at that. Look how perfect that is. Huh? And that's when you use the number 7. Divided by 7. Multiplied by 3. Multiplied by 5. Multiplied by 5. Or divide by 5. I'm not really sure which way I want to do this. And then multiply by 2. Or divide by 2. And I'm going to just say number 5. Multiply 5 by 5 equals to 25. 2 plus 5 equals to 7. I'm just thinking, no, that's not what I wanted to do. 5 times 4 equals to 20. Okay, 2 plus 0 equals to 2. So 2 became half of 4. So 5 cuts everything in half when you multiply it. And 2 brings it back to life again. Anyways, I don't want to get into that, what 5 and 2 does. We want to talk about now, what is this over here? This can also be expressed by 47 by 33 equals to 1551. This is Mars in rotation. This is the percentage where number 5 comes in and replicates everything on the other side of the 7th gate. And it's been proven already, because I don't talk about something that has not been proven. If I'm going to say it's proven, it's proven. It's proven in math. It's proven in games. It's dictated in cards. And I'm a little thirsty. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Just having a little tea. Having a little tea. I'll be there in a minute. I'm coming back in a minute. What do you want, kitty cat? Finally, you went to the bowl to eat. You know, for 3 days, she looks at the bowl. She barely eats. She's crying, crying, crying. Finally, she's eating. You know, animals, especially cats. I mean, what do you think? Who pays more attention to you, your cat or the dog? Right? Who pays more attention to you? Okay, tea is ready. I'm having tea with, I don't know, I just hope it's not a black tea. And you know what? I'm putting honey in it. I rarely do, but I need a little honey shot. I need a little honey shot. Wow, I haven't taken honey in a while, eh? Yes. Wow, that was a crazy sound I heard. Okay, so what I did in pi is I multiply it to a single digit. 3 times 5 equals to 15. 3 times 6 equals to 18. 3 times 2 equals to 6. 3 times 9 equals to 27. Now, I can go ahead and put letters here, F, R, O, and just go fro. And here it's no fro. Here it's N and O. I can put AD or A&E, arts and entertainment. There's a lot of things, but I don't want to play with that. I just wanted to show you what. So now 3 by 5 is 15. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 by 4 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is how we get our answer over here. And whatever we do with it, we can continue on the pi line if you want. And while we continue on the pi line, the rest of the numbers, all your numbers are going to keep turning out like this. Okay. Now, the question is, how do we want to process the numbers? Do we want to process them like our telephone number? Do we want to process them as set out by the telephone keypad? Which is the processing? When I'm saying processing, I'm going to give you the basic, okay? Because remember, they don't have it here. It's the pound key. The pound key, the 9 lives, is showing you that the 9 lives is the most amount of numbers that can be apparent at one time. Then once you get to 12, this is what roulette does, and this is why I do a countdown. In roulette, it goes all the way to 12. It goes 1 to 12. These are my section of numbers. The value added 1 to 12 is 78. The value added, okay, 13 through 24 is I really don't know. If I add 1 through 20, it's 210, and then 66. 1 through 20 is 210, and then 21 plus 22 plus 23 plus 24 equals 90, plus 210 is 300. So 1 through 24 equals to 300. Wow, we can go bowling with that. All right. The Greek alphabet, 1 through 24. The English alphabet is 1 through 26, 351. Ace. This one, right, would tell me completion at 366. All zeros equal 6. Why? Because they go around 1. And the most you can have is 6, because 1 needs area space for movement. And this is a half-life, because I don't need these two in the middle for measurement. And this one is telling me a full life. So now we're going to take away 78 from 300. And if I add up correctly, that would be 222. So let me actually see. Can you see the calculator? 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20 plus 21 plus 22 plus 23 plus 24. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. Let's do that again. Okay. I already, okay, 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20 plus 21 plus 22 plus 23 plus 24 equals 222. Wow. You know, when I look at this in a mirror, it looks like 555. Wow. 222 slash 555. Wow. There's so many stories going on. This is our communication. I can't even write it. It's so long. It's our communication between Mars and Earth. 51 and 52. And in its reflection, okay, it becomes Mercury. The Mercury rule. You can never get rid of Mercury. The Mercury rule, 103. Earth 52, Mars 51. If we reverse them, it'd be 15 and 25. It'd be yo. And the total would be 40 blue. And this 40 blue is going to be created by DC. DC creates the 40 blue. And the reason for that is the calculation to create this 6 times 4, 6 plus 4, the 10 evaluation equaling to 34. Because there's a 0 over here, add 6 creates 40. And then there's a 0 here, creates 46, and the equation keeps going over and over again. Round and round we go. So the true pi figure that they calculate by 22 has this answer, and the calculation that I'm not sure how they get this one here shows up with this answer. And this answer is in rotation. 222, before I forget, has a relationship to the house planet because of the numeric value 1776. And I did that in a prior video. I can't jump into it right now. And 6 and 8 are very relevant inside of that. 37 times 6 equals 222. And then 222 divided by 8 equals to 27.75. I wasn't expecting that, but I was expecting a permanent fixed answer with 2 digits. So 222 divided by 8 equals 27.75. They're connecting the red sun with the moon. Electric company. Mathematics will give you a big story. Connect big red sun. And this is only one part, right? 1776 is 888, and 888 equals 1776. And you need a heart to the situation. So it's not going to be divided equally. There's going to be a missing heart. Like in a puzzle, some puzzles have the piece that's missing, and other pieces, like here, let's say this was a puzzle. Look, I can fit my pen in between. So my pen is taking up the other side, taking up the heart side. So what would the mathematics be of this? If I took away one strand of 1776, I'd have 888 on the top, and on the bottom, I think my smallest one on the bottom, would it be 37? No, it would be 2 and 888. And then it'd be 592, and is it 3? 3 times 592? Yeah, so it's 3. So we put these two together, and then it'd be 4, 5. So we add them together, and one piece out of this is going to enter into the heart. Whether I have to add 2 and 3, it could be 597. I don't know the equation right now, and I'm going to try and figure it out in another video where the exact split is of 888. We already know that mathematics, okay, are just very funny how things seem to work out. And in all of this, it ends up to be 48, and back to the sun of Pluto. Area space to cover the day and night. That's only because of what this says. And this will always be 777. And this 777 equals CDC and UCDC. And it also creates the 13 moons of the 4 suits of the deck of cards. And I've done this in a video before. Anyways, enough is enough for this video. That is the pi effect. So yeah, let me finish one more thing with this pi effect. So as we continue on, I'm going to take these first 3 numbers and I'm going to put them here. The next 3 numbers, I'm going to put them here. The next 3 numbers, I'm going to put them here. Or I can run the grid, okay, of separation of 4 numbers, right? And since there's a separation of 4 numbers in roulette, I'm going to run the 4 numbers this way, down. And when you're running things down, you know, and the way we started the videos, when you're running them left to right, the movement is 1. When you're moving north to south, the movement is by 3s. If you skip 1, as the French do, the French move by 6 because they're the frogs. So that's how this equation works. We're just going to be filling them in. And the only answer you're ever going to get is 3, 6, and 9 everywhere. So I need to see the continuation of the first 100, but in all actuality, it is the pig that created everything in rotation. 9 and 6 as you're connecting 8 at the 7th gate. Thank you for watching this video. And I know there's stuff that I did not do. I know there's stuff that I missed. I know there's equations that I missed somewhere. We did already the dot theory. Okay, let's stop it right here. Thank you for watching. I'm still going to come back and do another thing on freedom of 1776. More numbers on 1776, and everything is intertwined into the Mayans or into the Hebrew calendar, little things that I do know. And if you show me more stuff, I can find you more pieces and parts. If you know about the Mayan calendar and want to show me some numbers, I will try and find you those numbers elsewhere and see how our clocks work together. 96 minutes, 96 seconds. How many hours in a week? They created the day and the night. The original hours is 16. I think it's 16 hours. Is there a cat around here? I just want to do one thing. 16 hours. 16 hours. 16 hours times 90. Whoop. 16 hours times 90 equals to 1440. 16 hours a day, 90 minutes an hour. Thank you for watching this video. Peace and love. Know the difference. Know the truth. Know the truth. They just found something new out there that you can take as an antibiotic that can help with what's going on. There's lots of things coming out. Anytime somebody puts pressure on you to do something, don't do it. Investigate and wait. Scaredness is what gets to us. Don't be scared and don't care. There's more to this world than anything, and love, great love is coming for those